Hello, 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 everyone. Today is your friendly neighborhood queer Christian, and today is the Friday word. So, it has been a while. It is so good to be here, and let's just get right on into it. So, today, what we're going to talk about is judging a book by its cover. Okay? In 1 Samuel 16, when the Lord goes to Saul and says that he is looking for a new leader, the new leader of Israel, they look toward, Saul brings out Eliab, he brings out Jesse, these tall, strong, handsome young men. And God's like, yeah, they're great, but you got anyone else? Amen. And then, Jesse's like, well, there's our brother. He's out there tending the sheep. You want to see him? And Lord's like, yeah, let's give it a whirl, right? And so he comes out, and David's attractive. He's okay. He's not he's not maybe the strength and this of Jesse and such, but the Lord is like, this is the one, amen. And it is in that what the Lord was saying was, don't judge a book by by your stature. I'm looking for the heart. Right? And so sometimes there are people who we may meet, who we may see, who, like, in a rational mind, you're thinking, this is not exactly who this is not the person I would be looking toward. But there is something about their heart. They're able to see into you. They're able to hear you in the other ways that other people can. There was a time in my life where, I've had a couple of these times where life was just very difficult. I had just came out of college. I didn't really have mentors. I didn't really have people to show me the way, and I stumbled, and it was just very, very difficult. So I was in this one situation, and I met this woman. She was a white woman, much more mature than myself. Was having her own very difficult time. And if anyone had seen us from the outside, they would have thought, oh, that's, she's taking care of her, or she is, mothering to her, even though we were very much in the same situation, but she's mothering to her, or maybe even because she was much more mature, maybe grandmothering to her. But they would have been wrong. What she was to me was a friend. She was a person I can't even think of many people in my life who was able to see me and talk to me without any judgment. She had a little bit of an acerbic humor because she had experienced some things. I mean, she went to Bryn Mawr, she had worked with the Kennedys, she had all this sort of experiences, and someone from the outside would have just saw her as like this sort of privileged white woman. But she had experienced a lot of things, and so she had an empathy that I can't even put into words. And she blessed me. And had I just been looking at the outside, had I allowed ageism to just get in the way and be like, oh, we don't understand each other, because even though we had these sort of decades of difference, there was a way we were able to speak the same language that I haven't experienced with anyone else. And we used to spend hours just talking because we had both experienced some things in life. And so we had understood the precariousness of life. And even though we were in different places in terms of our age spectrum, our experiences have made us much more similar. And so I will always say that life be lifing, okay? And there is a precariousness to life, and it can be. And so it is easy to sort of fall through those cracks if you're not careful. That's why discernment is so important. And even when those hard times come, to be able to ride the wave. Amen. And so I appreciated her friendship because it wasn't a mothering. We were friends. And there was a way we were able to talk and see each other that I haven't experienced in exactly that sort of same way with many, many people. Amen. And we talk about like in John 7, where the Bible, Jesus has, he's at the temple, he's teaching, and the Jews are like, why is he able to do all this? Why is he able to do all this? Right? He must be demon possessed. He must be this. And Jesus was like, why are you angry at me? I'm able to do this because of, one, the experiences I have, and I am a child of God. That's why I'm able to do this. Like other people have other gifts. This is my gift. Why are you angry? Amen. Because again, we in John 7, Jesus is talking about that what God asks for people to share, and when they're coming from their heart, that is then rooted in the right place, when it's not from outside things, outside validation, but from coming from really wanting to share what we've experienced, what we've lived through, what I know I've been through, and hoping it can bless you. Amen. And I think about when I was at conservatory, right before I was supposed to start conservatory, a week before, everything had been set up. I got a sort of a partial scholarship. All these things are put into place. And literally a week before I was supposed to go, I get a call from the conservatory saying the scholarship sort of fell through. We weren't able to do it. So if you're not able to give a certain amount of money, we're not able to start. And I was just devastated. And I went to one friend who I've known for a very long time. He's a very practical person, right? And he knew sort of my history and stuff. And he was like, Mia, sometimes you can be in these places financially and you don't want to get in any straits. And, maybe you should just take this time off and save up some money and da-da-da-da-da. All rational, all the right things to say. But my heart was crushing, was dying. I was like, I can't do that. I've got to go. And so, but I was like, how am I going to make this happen? And so I was talking to this one woman who I had been dating, and we, the dating didn't work out because I was going through a breakup at the same time and I was a mess. But we became friends. And she was a white woman as well. And we were talking, and I was sharing with her what I had, sort of what I experiencing and how it was so hard. And now, mind you, she was younger than me. She was from this sort of this upper middle class neighborhood in Boston called Newton. And what she said to me was, Mia, it's only money. Now, someone else may have heard that and been like, oh my goodness, how entitled she is, how blah, 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 blah. But it's exactly what my spirit needed to hear. Because again, we don't know, as Tina Marie said, we don't know where our blessings are going to come from. Amen. So I took that kernel, because that kernel gave me hope, and that's what I needed. And so from there, things sort of unfolded. Another friend was able to give me money. I was able to work something out. I called them. We talked about it, and she was right. It was only money. And sometimes what you need to hear may not be something that is popular at the time that other people may have seen as rude, but it blessed me, and I will be forever thankful to her, because I cannot even imagine what my life would have been like had I taken that year off, had I done something else. I don't know what it would have done to my spirit, because the thought of not being at conservatory in that September was more than I could handle. So sometimes we just don't know where our blessings are going to come from. We don't know what package is going to come through, whoever is going to be channeled through. But as Paul says, that we are the letters, right? We are the letters. We don't need some outside recommendation. It is our light. It is our light, our lamp that helps to guide others. And I don't know how God brought those people to me, to people who, in any other sort of situation may not have been in my life, but their words, that channel blessed me and moved me in places that I will be forever thankful. So I hope for you that you're able to take this, and that there's someone, don't let ageism and sometimes even race, and don't get it twisted, I'm blackity black, but it's a yes, and I'm also open, because I know that just because we're part of the world, we can't always be of the world, and we have to look through different eyes. So whether it is someone who may not, have the same political ideology as you, maybe, they do the turn up on a regular basis, all these sort of things, use discernment, don't be crazy. But look at their heart. What do they bear? What is the fruit of their tree? And let them, and hopefully, if you're open, you may be blessed in ways you can't even imagine. All right, everyone. There'll be no prayer chat tomorrow, but I hope you have a wonderful week. And until next time, bye.